fully tatted, you know, just gigantic, overly sized breasts, bosom. Like, it's just ridiculous, right? She looks like a demon, a monster. And here we have this one photo, right?
Yo, welcome back to the room. You know, it's been a while. Back at another video. Today we're gonna be reacting to Surgery Ruined Her Life, Now She's Dead by Maury. Before we get into this video, make sure to sub, like the video, and comment. I know it's been a minute. I've been going through some stuff, some what's it called, personal issues. Took a little break from YouTube, but we back like we never left. Let's get straight into it.
A 33-year-old social media star known as Mary Magdalene, real name Denise Yvonne Jarvis Gongora, has been found dead in Thailand after falling from a 9th floor balcony just hours after checking in. And what she posted right before has everyone shaken. She uploaded the final scene from The Truman Show, the moment Jim Carrey bows and says, and I quote, "And in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night." Then she changed one of her Instagram users to Mary Magdalene died. So she changed her name from whatever it was before.
That's crazy. So she already knew she was dead. She just like pre-fired it type. That's kind of crazy, bro.
To something more cryptic and ominous to allude to the fact that she might.
Whoa. Go ahead and sub before I do something I don't want to.
End up taking her life soon. And below is an image that I want to show all of you. If you're listening, that's okay. But for those of you watching, here you can see a before.
Holy, bro. And it's like, nah, the eyebrows on the right is crazy, bro. You see that? Bro, you might as well, bro. I don't know. You might as well just cut them hoes completely smooth off.
Photo of what she looked like before all these surgeries. She looked very normal, like a normal young woman. I do not know the context of which this photo was taken.
Bro, but the thing is, she probably pulling more dudes looking like how she is on the right, bro. That's facts, bro. That's probably how it is, bro. People don't want to say that, but bro, that's probably how it is.
Very, very normal. And for some reason, I'm going to assume due to body dysmorphia or the idea that she was not okay with the body or the physical appearance that she had at the time, she then decided to, in this after photo, go through the dozens.
Jesus Christ, bro. Like, this just look crazy, but you just don't, you know what I'm saying? But again, more dudes are cracking this than we're cracking that. Like, I don't want to make it seem like disrespectful, but that's just how the world is, bro.
In order to change her entire appearance. And even then, even after getting all these surgeries, she still was not.
She should have stopped there. She should have stopped there, bro.
She still was not happy with who she was inside and what she looked like on the outside, and ended up taking her life, speculatively, of course. This case is still ongoing. This is something that I heard from another YouTuber, more on the political side. He talked about this story today, and it got me thinking, right? Why do we allow obviously mentally ill people to go and get surgeries to this degree?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, cause bro, everybody has free will. It's not up to you or me if someone wants to do something with their body, bro.
To this extent, and a lot of these surgeries are apparently banned in the United States and in the UK. So she had to go to places like Thailand, possibly Mexico, Colombia, to get certain surgeries that wouldn't fly here based off of our medical practice, our laws, and that, you know, a lot of doctors are simply not going to take on a case where they could possibly end up losing their jobs. And as for the photo that she...
Bro, I feel like after a certain point, bro, it's just like, how far can I just look as crazy as possible, bro? To be honest, bro.
Last Instagram posts. And this is where it gets sad, right? So from The Truman Show, Jim Carrey, if you've seen the show or the movie, you know, it's basically about a man who's in some kind of like dome compound where basically his entire life.
Bro, we watched The Truman Show, bro. If you didn't, then shit.
After this photo,
you're gonna watch on your own time, bro.
She posted a photo of herself from her childhood. And, you know, this is clearly an indicator of the stolen future she could have had she had the right mental care, had she not been allowed to get all these extensive surgeries.
At the same time, would people even know who she is if she didn't do all this stuff? You know what I'm saying? That's the part where it's like, you know what I'm saying? She would have lived a normal life, but people wouldn't even have known who she would have lived a completely ordinary life, like been a random on the street.
In multiple ways, not only mentally but physically. You know, the scared little innocent girl that, you know, I think sure we all, you know, we grow older physically, but sometimes mentally we have remnants of that childlike state that still remains within all of us, right? I believe this is how she felt before she died. She looked at an old photo of herself as a kid before going through all these surgeries. Even as a young woman here, you know, I don't know what she was going through before getting all these surgeries. And it just reminded her of her former self, which she no longer could relate to, you know. And it's just sad, you know, people with body dysmorphia, people with eating disorders, people who get dozens of surgeries and are still not satisfied with the way they look, you know, the BBL band. And it's the anorexia community, even people in the body.
I ain't gonna lie, like, bro, instead of changing something about yourself, bro, look within yourself and maximize what you got, bro. Like, that's all it takes. When you're relying on surgeries and blah 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 to look the way you want to do, you're not really gonna have self-confidence within yourself because you just got a surgery to get it done. So it's not gonna fix the root issue.
Trying to act like that's healthy physically or mentally when it's literally destroying their entire physiognomy, destroying their health, and basically cutting their overall lifespan in half. Like, all of that is body dysmorphia under the umbrella term of body dysmorphia and mental health issues, in my opinion. And here I'm gonna show you guys some footage of, you know, what she looked like after getting all these surgeries. And it's just crazy, right? You know, the boob jobs, the nose. Apparently she got like multiple lip surgeries to the point to where she can't even close her mouth anymore, fully tatted, you know, just gigantic, overly sized breasts, bosom. Like, it's just ridiculous, right? She looks like a demon, a monster. And here we have this one photo, right?
I ain't gonna lie, this about to be the thumbnail photo. What, dog? This about to be the thumbnail photo, fam. Bro, this is actually crazy. I've had 3 nose jobs, buccal fat removal, 2 brow lifts, multiple face fat transfers to my face, lost count of all the fillers in my lips and cheeks, 2 sets of 20 veneers, 4 boob jobs not including revisions and lipo multiple times, 3 BBLs. Bro, how is she surviving 3 BBLs? What? Butt implants, butt injections, and yes, I'm going to have more surgery, hun. Why? Because I can and I want to. Girl, bye.
Post rhinoplasty, right? As you can see, she got a nose job with this shirt on that says, I have had 3 nose jobs. Buck C seated to operate on somebody who was clearly mentally ill because what, money? Yeah. But to read you guys a little bit of the story, they say from the Daily Mail, a surgery addicted social media star known as Mary Magdalene online has been found dead in Thailand. The 33-year-old, whose real name was Denise Yvonne Jarvis Gongora, died after falling from the 9th floor balcony of a high-rise condominium on Tuesday. The Phuket News reported this week. The Daily Mail has reviewed information released by local police that verifies her identity and has independently confirmed the death.
I ain't gonna lie, but to a certain extent, I feel bad for her though. You could tell, like, within people like that, there's just such a deep insecurity within themselves, and it's like they think like, oh, after surgery is gone. But there was a point where she looked good, bro. I ain't gonna lie, there was a point where she looked good through it all, and it was a point where she just went past that, searching for perfection. And then after you get to a certain point, you just can't. It's like gambling, but with your own body. And after you lose it all, you can't just rebuild your money. It's your body. You already cooked your body, so it's like, hey, bro,
with
rest in peace.
Close to the family. The Mexican Canadian model's body was discovered by hotel staff in the parking area of the Patong Tower after 1:30 p.m. according to local police, just hours after checking in for one night. Khaosod English reported that Gongora's body was transferred from Patong Hospital to Vashira Phuket Hospital for a full autopsy to determine the exact cause of death. Shortly before her death, she had cryptically posted the closing scene from the 1998 film The Truman Show alongside a childhood photo of herself to social media, of which, to go back to the post, we all saw, right? And it's just sad. Honestly, I think in today's day and age, like literally as I'm speaking right now at 2:46 p.m. on December 12th, 2025, I just want to document that date for future purposes and just, you know, now for reference, a reference point. I believe we are probably in the most mentally ill state of human history we've ever been. Genuinely speaking, sure, we have all the modern luxuries, the phones, the food markets, the financing of cars, the luxury items, the clothes, the cars, the travel, the everything, right? The validation of likes on online and all this bullshit that doesn't matter, right? But what we don't have anymore is like the foundation of like community and family and loving one another and proper mental health and a perspective of
Bro, and I ain't gonna lie, that's facts, bro. This is like the most artificial generation that's ever been, bro. I don't care what nobody says. Everything has become so artificial that it's driven people who already kind of have some loose in their brain to take that step, you know what I'm saying? Take them steps to ruin themselves, bro. It's like, it's just bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
prioritizing the physical, but understanding that there's
Like, nobody cares about like enriching your soul anymore. Like, it's more about everybody's living completely and for the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of sad to see. Not kind of, that's just sad to see, bro. And it's gonna increase as the world becomes more and more like disingenuous and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
life than what appears to be inside your head, right? I mean, we're on a planet consisting of mostly what, water and carbon, and spinning at what, 2,000 miles an hour, and then around the sun at like tens of thousands of miles, and we're in a galaxy spinning.
All right, bro. I don't want no history lesson, gang, but I get what you're trying to say.
Going through this type of like mental anguish can get the help they need, but not in this society, right? People genuinely are just, I think we're all out of touch. We really are. And we are highly distracted from what really matters in this world. You know, a young woman like this, going from this, I believe she was in her 20s here, early to mid 20s, to now a decade later at 33 dying after looking like this. Clearly she felt like it was too late for her. There was no going back, and that she was too far gone. I mean, clearly all of this.
That's the thing. Like, people like this, you know, when you see somebody with like that look crazy and you think like, oh, how can they live through this? Like, how can you live life like this, being constantly judged and everything, bro? They can't. Or some of them, they just push through. They have their own communities, but some don't, bro. Some, they take it to the chin. They go home. They cut themselves. Like, again, I don't want to wish out nobody, but bro, it's really hard for some of these people, bro. And after you get to a certain point, there's no going back. You know, people with piercings in their nose, their ear, they got piercings everywhere, bro. There's no going back. It's just like, that's your life now.
And we keep,
and if you don't like it, then
we allow doctors and people to hype people up like this, where we feel as though that people should be allowed to chop their limbs off, get extensive surgeries that can literally end up permanently disfiguring them.
Bro, and the thing is, there's dudes out there who prefer this version of her over the there's a lot of dudes out there who prefer this version of her over the previous. I mean, that don't mean it's right, but I'm just saying, like, the world is artificial.
Why are we allowing members of our population who are clearly in need of help to go through things like driving?
So this is actually disgusting, bro.
But for those of you like actually able to see ration to looking like this, and this, ladies and gentlemen, thoughts and opinions down below. I just wanted to touch on this.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, say your thoughts in the comments down below. But bro, this is just disgusting, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If you're watching this video and you're the off chance that you're thinking about getting surgery, don't do it, bro. Maximize on what you have and build that self-confidence. I'm telling you, that's 10 times better than getting work done. Obviously, you could get like slight work done or whatever. Now I'm saying nothing too crazy like what's on the screen, but like, build self-confidence. Don't look for self-confidence in artificial things. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to sub, like the video, and comment if you feel like it. Peace.